The Fearless Trio, Lost in the Shadowwoods. Chapter 1. The Fearless Trio cautiously ventured into the foreboding entrance of the Shadowwoods, their eyes scanning the eerie surroundings in anticipation. Tall, gnarled trees with twisted branches loomed overhead, blocking out most of the sunlight and casting long shadows on the forest floor. Moss-covered rocks and fallen leaves crunched under their feet as they carefully navigated the uneven terrain, amplifying the feeling of unease that hung thick in the air. Lily's heart raced as she heard faint whispers drifting through the fog, their voices alternating between seductive and menacing. Her emerald green eyes widened with a mixture of curiosity and fear, her adventurous spirit craving answers, but also recognizing the potential dangers that lay ahead. Max, with his glasses perched on his nose and notebook in hand, felt his analytical mind kick into overdrive. He instinctively started jotting down notes about the whispers, trying to decipher their meaning. These whispers, they're almost like secrets, beckoning us deeper into the Shadowwoods, Lily said, her voice quivering slightly. Max frowned, his brow furrowing as he scribbled furiously. There's something mysterious about these whispers. They seem to hold a hidden message, if only I can unravel it. Ethan, ever cautious and intuitive, could feel his sixth sense tingling warningly. I don't like this, he said, his voice laced with concern. There's more to these whispers than meets the eye. We must proceed with caution. The fog curled through the trees, obscuring their vision and muffling any sounds beyond their immediate vicinity. It seemed to wrap around them like a shroud, concealing unknown dangers lying in wait. Lily's gaze darted nervously from tree to tree, her adventurous spirit battling her instincts for self-preservation. Do we follow the whispers or turn back? She asked, her voice filled with both determination and doubt. Max paused, contemplation etched across his features. Logic tells me to turn back, but there's a part of me that can't ignore the allure of the unknown. Ethan's intense blue eyes narrowed as he surveyed their surroundings. We didn't come this far just to give up. We owe it to your sister Lily to find her. And there's something telling me that these whispers hold the key. A moment of tense silence passed as each member of the Fearless Trio grappled with their own thoughts and fears. A shared look passed between them, understanding and resolve flickering in their eyes. We're all in this together, Lily declared, her voice steady despite her racing heart. We won't leave without my sister. Max nodded slowly, pushing his glasses further up his nose. Perhaps there's more to be discovered within these Shadowwoods than we could ever imagine. Ethan took a deep breath to steady himself, his intuition guiding him forward. Let's trust ourselves and keep moving. We'll face whatever lies ahead together. With newfound determination coursing through their veins, Lily, Max, and Ethan steeled themselves for the challenges awaiting them within the depths of the Shadowwoods. The whispers grew louder as they ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, swirling around them like a cacophony of secrets waiting to be revealed. In unison, they took a collective step forward into the unknown, ready to confront whatever awaited them in their quest to rescue Lily's sister from the clutches of the Shadow King. Their fearless spirits burned bright as they pressed onward into the murky depths of the Shadowwoods, prepared for whatever mysteries and dangers lay ahead. As they disappeared into the fog-shrouded landscape, they knew that their mission would test not only their physical strength, but also their bonds of friendship and unwavering determination. The Fearless Trio had embarked on an adventure that would forever change their lives, one where courage would be tested, alliances would form and break, and where they would ultimately confront their deepest fears in order to bring light to even the darkest corners of the Shadowwoods. But for now, all that mattered was taking that first step into the unknown, a step that would lead them closer to discovering the untold secrets hidden within Lost in the Shadowwoods. The whispers grew louder and more insistent as the Fearless Trio pushed forward, their determination overcoming any lingering doubts. Lily's impatience grew with each passing moment, her worry for her missing sister intensifying. She longed to follow the whispers, believing they held the key to finding her sister and bringing her home. Max's analytical mind worked feverishly to decipher the meaning behind the whispers. He flipped through his notebook, scanning his notes and connecting the dots. The whispers seemed to form a pattern, like pieces of a puzzle waiting to be solved. His glasses slid down his nose as he furrowed his brow in deep concentration. These whispers seemed to be messages, guiding us deeper into the shadow woods, Max mused aloud, trying to make sense of his findings. But there's something more, something hidden beneath their words. Ethan's sixth sense tingled with an intensity that matched the whispers. His instincts urged caution, warning him that there was more at stake than they initially thought. He glanced over at Lily, concern etched on his face. "I can't shake the feeling that these whispers aren't what they seem," Ethan said, his voice filled with unease. "We need to stay alert and be prepared for anything." Lily nodded, understanding the gravity of their situation. She could see the determination shining in Max's eyes and the concern weighing on Ethan's shoulders. They were in this together, bound by loyalty and friendship. "The Shadow King took my sister," Lily said, her voice firm and resolute. "And we won't let these whispers distract us from finding her. We have to keep going." With renewed determination, the fearless trio forged ahead, following the glimmer of light that seemed to guide them through the dense forest. The fog twisted around them, parting just enough to reveal their path. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the shadow woods, the whispers became clearer, their voices both enchanting and sinister. They swirled around the trio, enveloping them in a symphony of secrets and mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Lily's footsteps quickened as an image of her sister flashed in her mind, her smiling face, her laughter, her unwavering support. She couldn't bear the thought of her sister trapped in the clutches of darkness, and she knew deep in her heart that she had to save her. Max's analytical mind continued to work tirelessly as he absorbed every detail of their surroundings. The moss-covered rocks on the forest floor, the twisted roots snaking through the earth, all seemed to hold clues to the Shadowwood's secrets. He scribbled furiously in his notebook, jotting down observations and potential connections. Ethan's intuition heightened with each step they took. His senses tingled with an otherworldly awareness, warning him of dangers lurking in the shadows. He scanned their surroundings, ready to protect his friends at a moment's notice. The fearless trio moved as one, a cohesive unit driven by shared purpose and unwavering determination. They pressed forward, undeterred by the growing darkness and mounting uncertainty. Finally, emerging from the fog-shrouded path, they reached a hidden clearing bathed in an ethereal glow. Rays of pale sunlight filtered through gaps in the dense canopy above, casting an otherworldly illumination on ancient symbols etched into tree trunks that encircled the clearing. Each symbol possessed a unique beauty and mystique, drawing their gaze and captivating their attention. Lily stepped closer, drawn inexplicably towards one particular symbol that seemed to emanate a faint glow. "There's something about these symbols," Lily said softly, her voice filled with wonderment. "I can feel it. They hold a connection." Max's eyes widened as he recognized certain elements of mythology within the symbols. His fingers traced over their intricate engravings as he tried to make sense of their purpose. "These symbols are more than mere decorations," Max muttered to himself. "They're part of a story, part of a greater narrative." Ethan's intuition flared once again as he absorbed their surroundings. He took a deep breath, letting the energy of the clearing wash over him. "We've stumbled upon something significant," Ethan said quietly, his voice filled with reverence. "These symbols, they're our key to unlocking the secrets of Lost in the Shadowwoods." As they stood together in the mystical clearing, surrounded by ancient symbols and whispers that still lingered in their ears, each member of the fearless trio felt a surge of anticipation coursing through their veins. They were on the precipice of discovery, a discovery that would not only lead them closer to finding Lily's sister, but also unveil truths about themselves they never anticipated. With hearts pounding and minds focused, Lily, Max, and Ethan prepared to unravel the cryptic clues before them, knowing that their journey had only just begun and that the answers they sought lay within reach. The air in the clearing grew heavy with anticipation as the fearless trio debated their next move. Lily's green eyes shimmered with determination, her voice filled with a mix of urgency and resolve. "We can't turn back now," she declared, her voice steady despite the anxiety pulsing through her veins. "My sister is out there, and we have to find her." Max glanced down at his notes, his analytical mind racing. He knew that every decision they made could have dire consequences, but he also recognized the weight of their mission. "We have to consider the risks," Max said, his voice tinged with caution. "These whispers are leading us deeper into the shadow woods, and we don't know what awaits us." Ethan nodded in agreement, his intuition urging them to proceed with caution. He placed a reassuring hand on Lily's shoulder, his blue eyes filled with determination. "I understand your concern, Max," Ethan said calmly. "But sometimes, we have to trust our instincts. We've come this far for a reason, and I believe that reason is worth fighting for." A moment of silence hung in the air as the trio weighed their options. The fog seemed to ebb and flow around them, as if waiting for their decision. Lily closed her eyes briefly, drawing strength from within. She thought of her sister's brave smile and unwavering loyalty. She could not let her fears or doubts hold her back. "I trust you both," Lily said, her voice steady. "And I trust myself. We are capable of facing whatever lies ahead." Max looked at his friends, a mixture of admiration and concern in his eyes. He knew that their journey would test them in ways they couldn't imagine. "If we're going to follow these whispers," Max said softly, "we need to be prepared for anything. We need a plan." Ethan nodded, his eyes scanning their surroundings. He took a deep breath and spoke, his voice calm and focused. "We should stay close together," he suggested. "Communicate constantly and keep an eye out for any signs of danger. Our goal is to find Lily's sister, but we also need to stay safe." Lily's heart swelled with gratitude for her friends' support and dedication. They truly were the fearless trio. "Thank you both," she said earnestly. "Let's stick together and face whatever challenges come our way." With their plan in place and their minds focused on their mission, the fearless trio stepped forward, following the path illuminated by the whispers. The fog wrapped around them like a protective cloak, guiding them deeper into the heart of the shadow woods. As they ventured further into the unknown, uncertainty mingled with determination within their hearts. They knew that their journey would test their limits and push them to new heights of bravery. Lily's resolve burned right within her as she traversed the forest floor. She moved with purpose, leading her friends forward while keeping a watchful eye on their surroundings. Max's mind raced as he analyzed every detail. He desperately searched for patterns or clues within the whispers that would guide them closer to their goal. Ethan remained vigilant, his sixth sense heightening his senses. He trusted in his intuition to alert him of any lurking dangers that lay in wait. Together, they pressed on, united in purpose and bound by a friendship stronger than any obstacle they might face. The whispers grew louder and more insistent, guiding them closer to their destination. As they ventured further into the shadow woods, shadows danced along the forest floor around them, seemingly agitated by their presence. The atmosphere grew more ominous with each step they took. But even in the face of uncertainty, fear did not grip the fearless trio. Their hearts beat as one, brimming with courage and determination. They had embarked on this journey together, a journey that would test their strengths, challenge their weaknesses, and ultimately reveal truths they never thought possible. Lost in the shadow woods awaited them a realm cloaked in mystery and danger. But it was also a place where bonds would strengthen, where secrets would be unveiled, and where their truest selves would emerge from the shadows. With each step forward, Lily, Max, and Ethan felt an unbreakable connection, forming between them a bond strengthened by their shared purpose and unwavering loyalty. The fearless trio pushed forward, following the glimmer of light that led them deeper into the labyrinthine forest. Every step brought them closer to the heart of the Shadowwoods, and each breath seemed to carry the weight of anticipation. As they journeyed through the dense foliage, Lily's senses tingled with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. She couldn't help but feel drawn to the hidden clearing ahead, where ancient symbols etched into tree trunks awaited their discovery. Her fingers danced along her sister's locket, a comforting reminder of the bond they shared. Max's analytical mind raced as he absorbed every detail of their surroundings. The patterns formed by the symbols captivated his attention, sparking his curiosity and thirst for knowledge. He knew that these markings held secrets waiting to be unlocked. Ethan scanned their surroundings, his piercing blue eyes honing in on any signs of danger. His sixth sense guided him through the forest, cautioning him to remain vigilant and alert. He couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to this clearing than met the eye. With cautious steps, they emerged from the underbrush and entered the hidden clearing. The air itself seemed to hold its breath in anticipation of their arrival. Rays of pale sunlight filtered through gaps in the dense canopy above, casting an ethereal glow on the ancient symbols that encircled them. Lily approached one symbol in particular, her gaze fixated upon it. It seemed to beckon her closer, as if recognizing something familiar within her. She reached out tentatively, her fingertips grazing the weathered engravings. A surge of inexplicable energy coursed through Lily's veins as she connected with the symbol. Images flashed across her mind, memories long forgotten, or perhaps memories from another time. She gasped in surprise at their clarity and significance. "These symbols, they speak to me," Lily said, her voice filled with wonderment and excitement. "I can almost hear whispers of a forgotten past." Max's eyes widened as he observed Lily's reaction. He flipped open his notebook with a renewed sense of purpose, eager to document this extraordinary moment. Perhaps these symbols hold the key to unlocking the secrets of Lost in the Shadowwoods, Max mused aloud, his voice filled with intellectual excitement. Ethan watched both Lily and Max intently, his intuition guiding him towards an understanding he couldn't fully grasp just yet. He felt a strange resonance with this place, as if it whispered long-forgotten truths directly into his soul. "The answers we seek are here," Ethan said softly, his voice carrying a blend of awe and determination. "We just need to decipher what these symbols represent." Lily nodded, her green eyes shining with renewed resolve. She felt an unexplainable bond forming between herself, Max, and Ethan within this clearing, a connection that would carry them through whatever trials lay ahead. "We're stronger together," she said, her voice filled with gratitude. "Let's pool our knowledge and insights to unravel the mysteries within these symbols." With unwavering determination burning within their hearts, Lily, Max, and Ethan stood side by side in the mystical clearing, ready to delve into the depths of their shared destiny. They knew that this was just the beginning, a mere glimpse into the enigmatic wonders that awaited them within Lost in the Shadowwoods. As they prepared themselves mentally and emotionally for what lay ahead, anticipation mingled with trepidation in the air. The whispers from before seemed to grow louder around them, as if urging them onward to uncover the truth buried deep within the heart of the Shadowwoods. Together, they took a collective breath and embarked on their next chapter, a chapter filled with ancient symbols, cryptic messages, and a relentless pursuit for answers. Their quest had only just begun, but their spirits burned brightly with an unyielding determination to rescue Lily's sister and cast light upon even the darkest corners of Lost in the Shadowwoods. The fearless trio stood in the clearing, their eyes fixed on the intricate symbols that adorned the tree trunks. Max's mind raced as he tried to make sense of the enigmatic patterns before him. He flipped through his notebook, scanning his notes and searching for any connections or clues that could guide them forward. "These symbols, they must hold some significance," Max muttered, his voice filled with quiet determination. We need to decode their meaning if we want to uncover the secrets of the Shadowwoods. Lily stepped closer to one symbol, her fingertips tracing the lines delicately. She could feel a strange energy emanating from it, as if it were alive with ancient power. I feel a connection to these symbols, Lily said, her voice filled with awe and wonder. They're speaking to me, calling out for understanding. Ethan studied the symbols, his intuition guiding him towards a deeper understanding. He closed his eyes briefly, tuning into the energies surrounding them. There's a hidden code within these symbols, Ethan said, his voice calm and sure. Each line, each curve, they hold a secret waiting to be unlocked. The trio huddled together, their minds merging in an unspoken agreement. They knew that deciphering the symbols would require a combined effort, pooling their knowledge and insights. We have different strengths and perspectives, Max said, glancing between his friends. If we work together, we might be able to piece together the puzzle. Lily nodded, a spark of excitement lighting up her eyes. Let's unravel the secrets of these symbols and find out what they're trying to tell us. With renewed determination, they began dissecting each symbol, discussing its potential meaning and symbolic significance. Lily's intuition led her to focus on one particular set of curves and spirals, seeing patterns within patterns that held deep meaning. Max utilized his vast knowledge base, drawing upon ancient texts and folklore that might shed light on the symbol's origins. He meticulously cross-referenced his findings with the notes he had made about the whispers they had encountered earlier. Ethan tapped into his intuitive senses, allowing his sixth sense to guide him towards hidden patterns and connections that might have been overlooked. He felt a surge of energy as he discovered a recurring motif among the symbols, a symbol resembling a lock. The key. The answer lies within the concept of a key, Ethan whispered, his voice tinged with excitement. These symbols are telling us that there is something specific we must unlock. As realization dawned upon them, their eyes met with newfound understanding. The symbols weren't just random markings. They were part of a larger puzzle waiting to be solved. And they were the ones chosen to decipher it. We need to keep exploring, Lily exclaimed, her voice brimming with determination. There's more to these symbols than meets the eye. Max nodded in agreement, his glasses reflecting the light of the clearing. We can't give up now. We're so close to uncovering the truth. Ethan's gaze swept across the clearing as he absorbed their progress. His intuition urged him not to lose hope. We'll find the missing pieces of this puzzle and bring clarity to what lies within lost in the Shadowwoods. With their resolve strengthened and their purpose clear, the fearless trio ventured deeper into the Shadowwoods, armed with newfound insights and a burning curiosity for what lay ahead. The whispers seemed to grow louder around them, urging them forward. As they moved through the forest, each step closer to their goal filled them with a mixture of anticipation and trepidation. They knew that they were on the cusp of something extraordinary, a revelation that could change everything. Together, Lily, Max, and Ethan delved further into the heart of Lost in the Shadowwoods, confident that their unwavering determination would lead them towards answers long sought after. They were no longer mere adventurers lost in an unknown realm. They were guardians of the truth who would stop at nothing until justice was served and loved ones were reunited. As the fearless trio ventured deeper into the Shadowwoods, a sense of anticipation hung in the air. They moved with purpose and determination, their minds focused on unraveling the mysteries that lay before them. Lily's heart beat with a mix of excitement and anxiety. The symbols held a powerful allure, drawing her closer to her sister with every step she took. She could feel an invisible thread connecting her to her sibling, guiding her through the dark forest. Max's analytical mind worked feverishly as he studied the symbols, searching for any patterns or hidden meanings. He flipped through his notebook, cross-referencing his findings with ancient legends and folklore. Each new discovery fueled his curiosity, driving him to uncover the truth. Ethan's intuition continued to guide him through the shadows. He could sense the presence of unseen dangers lurking in the darkness, urging caution as they pressed forward. His calming presence provided reassurance to his friends, reminding them that they were not alone in this perilous journey. As they followed the trail of symbols deeper into the heart of the forest, Lily's determination grew stronger. She knew that rescuing her sister would require unwavering resolve and bravery. She glanced at Max and Ethan. Their eyes filled with determination mirrored her own. "We're getting closer," Lily said, her voice filled with conviction. "I can feel it." Max nodded, his eyes shining with intellectual excitement. "The symbols are leading us down a path that will bring us one step closer to finding your sister." Ethan's sixth sense tingled with intensity as they neared their destination. He could sense a shift in energy, an underlying power waiting to be harnessed. "We must remain alert," he cautioned. "There's still much we don't know about these woods." As they reached a clearing shrouded in mist, the symbols seemed to glow with an ethereal light. The air crackled with anticipation, as if something momentous was about to unravel. Lily took a step forward, drawn towards a symbol that seemed to call out to her. "This symbol," Lily said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I can feel its significance." Max approached her side, his eyes scanning the engravings with renewed focus. "This symbol is different from the rest," he observed. "It's like a key to unlocking the truth within lost in the Shadowwoods." The realization sent a surge of excitement through their veins. They knew they were on the right track, that deciphering this symbol would lead them to the answers they sought. Ethan took a deep breath, his senses heightened as he absorbed the energy emanating from the clearing. "Let us work together," he said, his voice steady and encouraging. "Combined, our strengths will unlock the secrets of this symbol." With a shared determination burning brightly, Lily, Max, and Ethan began analyzing every intricate detail of the symbol. They traced its lines and curves, delving into its hidden depth. Their thoughts intertwined as they pieced together fragmented truths, weaving them into a cohesive understanding. Hours turned into days as they delved deeper into their exploration. Their excitement never waned as they uncovered layer upon layer of meaning within the symbol. Each revelation brought them closer to unraveling the ultimate mystery of Lost in the Shadowwoods. Finally, on a moonlit night, when the forest was shrouded in silence, they stood before the symbol illuminated by their campfire's flickering glow. A profound realization washed over them. They had unlocked the secret of the symbol. Lily's eyes shimmered with unshed tears as she whispered softly, "We have found it. The key to rescuing my sister." Max's glasses gleamed in the firelight as he smiled triumphantly. "Our knowledge and insights have opened doors we thought were forever closed." Ethan placed a comforting hand on Lily's shoulder, his expression calm yet filled with empathy. "We are one step closer to reuniting your family." They knew that their journey was far from over, that more challenges awaited them in Lost in the Shadowwoods, but their breakthrough filled them with renewed hope and determination. With newfound clarity and purpose, Lily, Max, and Ethan set off into the unknown once again. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, cementing their place as a formidable team ready to conquer any obstacle. Together, they forged ahead, ready to face whatever trials awaited them, trusting in their abilities and each other to triumph over darkness and bring light back into Lost in the Shadowwoods. Chapter 2. As Lily, Max, and Ethan cautiously stepped into the treacherous maze of the labyrinth of shadows, a heavy silence settled over them. The air grew damp and suffocating, as if the very atmosphere was warning them to turn back. But their determination outweighed the fear that threatened to consume them. Lily's heart raced with a mix of excitement and apprehension. Her eyes darted around, taking in the walls covered in twisted vines and the thorns that gleamed ominously in the dim light. She couldn't help but feel a rush of adrenaline coursing through her veins as they ventured deeper into the shadows. Max, with his glasses perched on his nose, carefully observed their surroundings. He instinctively started jotting down notes in his notebook, his analytical mind racing to decipher any patterns or clues that could help them navigate through the labyrinth. The walls seemed to be covered in ancient symbols, he remarked, his voice tinged with curiosity. Perhaps they hold some significance. Ethan's intuition prickled at him, warning him of unseen dangers lurking in the shadows. He couldn't shake off the feeling that they were being watched. His eyes scanned their surroundings, searching for any signs of movement or hidden threats. "Stay alert, everyone," he whispered, his voice barely audible over the echoing silence. "I have a bad feeling about this place." Their footsteps echoed eerily as they cautiously made their way through narrow passageways that seemed to stretch endlessly before them. The labyrinth twisted and turned, its layout designed to disorient and confuse anyone who dared to enter. Tangled spiderwebs clung to the walls like silken traps set by an invisible predator. Lily's adventurous spirit pushed her forward, her heart yearning for the thrill of exploration. She reached out a hand to brush aside a particularly dense web, only for it to cling stubbornly to her fingers. "Ugh," she grimaced, trying to shake off the sticky strings. "This place is really starting to give me the creeps." Max's glasses glinted as he peered closely at one of the walls covered in vines and moss. With a furrowed brow, he mumbled to himself, "These vines, they seem to grow in a specific pattern. There must be some method to their arrangement." He traced his finger along one of the vines, trying to make sense of its intricate twists and turns. Ethan's sixth sense heightened, warning him of an impending danger ahead. His body tensed, readying himself for whatever lay in wait for them. "Something doesn't feel right," he whispered urgently. "We need to proceed with caution. There could be traps or unseen enemies lurking around every corner." Suddenly, Lily halted in her tracks, her gaze fixed on a seemingly insignificant marking etched into the wall. An inexplicable connection sparked within her as she realized it resembled one of the ancient symbols they had encountered before entering the labyrinth. "Wait," she said aloud, her voice filled with awe and wonder. "I think these symbols are leading us somewhere." Max's eyes widened with excitement as he pieced together Lily's revelation. "You're right," he exclaimed, his voice brimming with intellectual enthusiasm. "The symbols must serve as markers within this labyrinth. They could guide us through this maze if we can decipher their meaning." He frantically flipped through his notebook, searching for any previous notes about these symbols. Ethan's caution urged him to watch their backs, even as they marveled at their discovery. His eyes scanned their surroundings once again, his senses honed for any signs of danger closing in on them. "Let's keep moving," he suggested quietly, his voice tinged with urgency. "We can analyze these symbols later when we're somewhere safer." With newfound hope and determination burning within them, the fearless trio continued their journey through the labyrinth of shadows. Each step brought them closer to uncovering the secrets within these ancient walls and rescuing Lily's sister from the clutches of the Shadow King. As they delved deeper into the labyrinth, the tension in the air became palpable. The walls closed in around them, creating a claustrophobic sense of confinement. Lily's heart pounded in her chest, and she could feel the weight of the darkness pressing down on her. Their first challenge presented itself as a narrow corridor lined with pressure-sensitive tile. Any misstep would trigger a series of swinging pendulums with razor-sharp edges. Lily stared at the intimidating obstacle before them, her mind racing for a solution. Max's analytical mind went into overdrive as he assessed the situation. He carefully studied the pattern of the tiles and murmured to himself, "If we step on the correct tiles in a specific sequence, we may be able to pass through unscathed." His voice was filled with determination. Ethan's cautious nature caused him to hesitate. "But how do we know which tiles are safe?" he asked, his gaze fixed on the swinging pendulums. His sixth sense screamed at him, alerting him to an impending danger. Lily, impulsive as ever, took a step forward without thinking. She landed on a tile, triggering a swift pendulum that narrowly missed her. Her breath caught in her throat as she quickly jumped back to safety. Max quickly observed the movement of the pendulums triggered by Lily's step. "I think I've got it," he said, excitement lacing his voice. Pointing towards a particular sequence of tiles, he continued, "We have to step on these tiles in quick succession while avoiding the others." Ethan's intuition chimed in, reinforcing Max's plan. "I feel like Max is onto something," he said, his voice steady despite his nerves. "Let's trust his analysis and follow his lead." With faith in Max's strategic thinking, Lily and Ethan positioned themselves behind him as they prepared to navigate the treacherous corridor. Taking a deep breath, Max initiated their movements. In a coordinated effort, Max stepped forward onto the first safe tile, followed closely by Lily and Ethan. They moved swiftly from one safe tile to another, their hearts racing with each near miss from the pendulums swinging dangerously above them. Their teamwork proved to be their greatest weapon in this deadly game of survival. They communicated through subtle gestures and unspoken understanding as they carefully traversed the dangerous path before them. It took all their focus and agility to avoid the swinging blades of the pendulums. Each moment felt like an eternity as they inched closer to the end of the corridor. Their bodies moved with synchronicity, their minds in perfect harmony. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they reached the last tile of the deadly path. Breathing heavily, but exhilarated by their success, they shared a triumphant smile. They had overcome yet another trial set by the Shadow King. Lily glanced back at the corridor they had just traversed, her green eyes reflecting a mix of relief and exhilaration. "That was close," she said with a nervous laugh. "But we did it. We made it through." Max nodded, his glasses slightly askew, but his smile wide with pride. "Teamwork really does make all the difference," he remarked. "We're stronger together." Ethan's gaze remained fixed on the pendulums that now hung lifelessly in front of them. The danger had passed, but he couldn't shake off a lingering unease. "This labyrinth is testing us," he said thoughtfully. "We must stay alert and focused if we want to unravel its secrets." With renewed determination, the fearless trio moved forward from the corridor of swinging pendulums, eager to face whatever challenges lay ahead in their quest to rescue Lily's sister and defeat the Shadow King. As the fearless trio moved deeper into the labyrinth, a feeling of impending danger hung heavy in the air. The walls seemed to close in around them, the twists and turns becoming more treacherous with each step they took. Lily's heart raced, her adrenaline surging as she prepared herself for whatever lay ahead. Suddenly, they found themselves in a large chamber. In the center of the room stood an imposing stone pedestal, upon which sat a small, intricately carved statue. The statue depicted a figure resembling the Shadow King, radiating an aura of malevolence. Lily's eyes widened as she recognized the likeness. "I think this statue represents the Shadow King," she said, her voice filled with both awe and apprehension. "It must be significant to our journey." Max's analytical mind immediately sprang into action, his curiosity piqued by the presence of the statue. He stepped forward, examining it from different angles. "There must be a reason why this statue is here," he mused aloud, his voice tinged with excitement. "Perhaps it holds a clue or unlocks a hidden path." Ethan's intuition buzzed in the back of his mind, urging him to heed its warning. He glanced warily at the statue, his blue eyes flickering with unease. "Be careful," he cautioned his friends. "Something doesn't feel right about this." Lily pressed her lips together in determination. She couldn't shake off her desire to uncover the secrets of the labyrinth and rescue her sister. With a resolute nod, she reached out for the statue, her fingers gingerly tracing its intricate carvings. A low rumble reverberated through the chamber as Lily made contact with the statue. The ground beneath their feet began to shake violently, causing Max and Ethan to stagger to maintain their balance. Panic surged within them as walls shifted and stones tumbled from above. It was clear that triggering the statue had set something dangerous in motion. Max's analytical mind raced against time as he desperately searched for a solution. "Quick, we need to find a way out before the entire chamber collapses," he shouted over the deafening noise. Ethan's intuition guided him towards an opening in the wall that hadn't been there before. "This way," he called out, his voice infused with urgency. "I sense that this is our escape route." Lily didn't hesitate. She sprinted towards the opening, ducking and weaving through falling debris as rocks crashed down around her. Time seemed to slow down as she pushed herself with every ounce of strength and determination. Max and Ethan followed closely behind Lily, their limbs propelled by fear and adrenaline. Their hearts hammered in their chests as they barely managed to avoid being crushed under falling stones. Finally, they burst through the opening into a long, narrow corridor bathed in dim light. The rumbling subsided behind them as the chamber collapsed into ruin. They stood there, chests heaving and covered in dust, their eyes wide with a mix of relief and shock. They had narrowly escaped being buried alive within the labyrinth. Lily turned to Max and Ethan, gratitude shining in her eyes. "Thank you both," she said breathlessly. "We made it out alive because of your quick thinking and bravery." Max adjusted his glasses with a shaky hand, a grateful smile tugging at his lips. "We're a team," he replied softly. "We look out for each other." Ethan's expression mirrored their relief as he leaned against the corridor wall for support. "That was too close," he admitted, his voice filled with lingering tension. "But we're still standing." As they caught their breaths and allowed their heartbeat to settle, they knew that there was still much more to navigate within the labyrinth. But they also knew that they were stronger together, fearless individuals who would face whatever challenges came their way. With renewed determination burning within them, they pressed on through the labyrinth's winding corridors, undeterred by the dangers that lay ahead. They couldn't afford to lose focus now. Lily's sister depended on them. The fearless trio stood at the heart of the labyrinth, their eyes locked on the Shadow King. The chamber was suffused with an oppressive darkness, fluctuations of power emanating from the figure before them. The air grew still, as if holding its breath, and a sense of foreboding settled over them. Lily's heart pounded in her chest as she took a step forward, her voice steady but filled with defiance. "Release my sister," she demanded, her eyes blazing with determination. Her fists clenched at her sides, ready to fight if necessary. The Shadow King's dark laughter echoed through the chamber, its sinister tone sending a shiver down their spines. "Your sister belongs to me now," he sneered, his voice dripping with malice. "There is no escape for her." Max stepped forward, his analytical mind kicking into high gear as he attempted to reason with the Shadow King. "We know your secrets," he said confidently, his voice laced with conviction. "We have uncovered your origin, and we understand your weaknesses. Release her, and we can find a way to end this." The Shadow King narrowed his eyes at Max, seemingly amused by his defiant words. "You know nothing," he spat, his voice tinged with arrogance. "You are mere pawns in my grand design. Your futile attempts to stop me will be crushed." Ethan's intuition stirred within him, sensing the Shadow King's deception and searching for a way to weaken him. He took a step closer to Lily and Max, his presence a calming presence amidst the rising tension. "Don't listen to him," he reassured them softly. "We have come so far together. Trust in our bond and in our strength." The Shadow King's form wavered for a moment as Ethan's words rang through the chamber. His hold on their minds faltered slightly, revealing cracks in his facade of invincibility. Anger flickered across his face before he regained control over his expression. Lily's gaze hardened as she locked eyes with the Shadow King. "We will not let you win," she declared boldly, her voice ringing with unwavering determination. "You may have taken my sister, but you won't keep her for long. We will find a way to defeat you." Max's mind raced, recalling every bit of information he had gathered about the Shadow King's weaknesses. He searched for any advantage they could use to gain the upper hand in this battle of wills. The relics, he said suddenly, his eyes widening with realization. They hold power against you. We will find them and use their energy to finally vanquish you. The Shadow King's dark laughter pierced the silence once more, reverberating through the chamber like a chilling wind. The relics may grant you temporary reprieve, he taunted, his voice seething with menace. But I am eternal. You cannot hope to defeat me. Ethan closed his eyes briefly, tapping into his innate ability to calm others in moments of distress. He drew upon the strength within himself and projected it towards the Shadow King. A soft aura enveloped the trio, imbuing them with a sense of clarity amidst the chaos. With newfound focus and determination, Lily reached into her backpack and pulled out a relic, a small crystal that glittered with an otherworldly light. She tightly grasped it in her hand, feeling its power pulse through her veins. Max looked at Lily with a mix of awe and admiration, as he realized she had anticipated the need for these relics. "Lily," he said softly, his voice filled with pride. "You always come prepared." Ethan interjected, his voice calm yet insistent. "Use the relic against him," he directed Lily, stepping closer to her as if to lend her strength through their connection. Lily closed her eyes briefly, centering herself amidst the chaos swirling around them. She tightened her grip on the relic and directed its energy towards the Shadow King. A surge of power cascaded from the relic into the Shadow King's being, weakening him momentarily before he fought back with renewed ferocity. The room shook violently as their powers clashed, a battle between light and darkness. As the tremors subsided and dust settled around them, Lily's eyes widened in surprise. The Shadow King was gone. In his place stood only darkness, the remnants of his malevolence, dispersed by the power of the relic. "We did it," Lily breathed in disbelief, clutching onto the relic as if seeking its reassurance. Max exchanged a wide-eyed glance with Ethan, wonderment etched on both of their faces. They had managed to weaken the Shadow King, if only temporarily. But even as a sense of triumph washed over them, a lingering unease remained, in understanding that this was just the beginning of their battle against an ancient evil that would do anything to protect its kingdom of shadows. Unmasking the Shadow King. The air in the chamber crackled with a tense energy as the fearless trio confronted the Shadow King. Lily's eyes narrowed, her voice filled with defiance as she refused to back down. "Release my sister and face the consequences," she challenged, her voice ringing out through the dimly lit room. The Shadow King's dark laughter echoed ominously, reverberating off the chamber walls. "You foolish mortals," he sneered, his voice dripping with malice. "You think you can defeat me? I am eternal, a being of darkness that cannot be vanquished." Max stepped forward, his analytical mind racing to find a solution. "We have knowledge of your weaknesses," he interjected, his voice laced with confidence. "We understand the threads that bind you to this world. With that knowledge, we can find a way to defeat you." The Shadow King's eyes flickered with a hint of doubt, a flicker that did not go unnoticed by Max. Encouraged by this small victory, Max pressed on. "Your reign of darkness will come to an end," he declared firmly, his voice steady. "We will gather the relics, harness their power, and bring light back into this realm." Ethan's intuitive nature sensed the Shadow King's wavering resolve. His blue eyes scanned their surroundings, searching for any advantage they could use against their formidable adversary. "We are stronger than you think," he affirmed, his voice calm yet filled with unwavering determination. "Together, we can overcome any challenge." The Shadow King's expression twisted with anger as he regained control over his emotions. "You are nothing compared to my power," he spat, his voice resonating with malice. "I will crush your spirits and consume your souls." Lily squared her shoulders, her fiery spirit burning brightly in the face of danger. "We won't let you win," she retorted fiercely, her voice echoing through the chamber. "We will fight until our last breath to save my sister and restore balance to this realm." Max's mind raced as he recalled fragments of ancient texts and legends he had studied. A glimmer of insight sparked within him, illuminating a path forward. "There is a way," he exclaimed, his voice tinged with anticipation. "We can weaken him by uncovering his true name, the key to his downfall." The Shadow King's form wavered for a moment, his dark figure flickering in and out of existence. "You dare utter my true name?" he growled menacingly, his voice filled with fury. Ethan took a step closer, an aura of calm surrounding him. "Your true name holds no power over us," he stated firmly, his voice commanding attention. "It is merely a tool that will unveil your vulnerabilities." Max's eyes gleamed with determination as he continued delving into his newfound knowledge. "Once we speak your true name aloud, your hold over this realm will weaken," he explained passionately, his voice rising in urgency. "But we need to find it first." With a surge of determination, Lily reached into her backpack and pulled out a weathered book, the one she had stumbled upon during their journey. Its pages were yellowed and frayed, filled with cryptic texts and ancient symbols. "This book holds secrets about the Shadow King," she announced, her voice filled with excitement and trepidation. "If we can decipher its contents, we may discover his true name and finally weaken him once and for all." Max's gaze locked onto the book, his analytical mind whirring with possibilities. He stepped closer to Lily and began scanning the pages intently, searching for clues hidden within the intricate illustrations and enigmatic text. Ethan leaned in beside them, his intuition guiding their search for answers within the ancient tome. As they pored over its pages together, a sense of unity washed over them, a shared purpose that fueled their determination. Hours passed as they painstakingly deciphered the passages and symbols within the book. Their eyes grew weary, but their determination remained unyielding. Finally, Max's eyes widened in realization as he stumbled upon a passage that seemed to contain vital information. His voice trembled with excitement as he read aloud. "The true name of the Shadow King lies hidden within the echoes of forgotten realms where light meets darkness and truth reveals itself. Seek the Heartstone, a relic untouched by time that guards the secrets you seek." Lily clenched her fists in determination as she absorbed the words. "The Heartstone," she murmured thoughtfully. "That must be our next destination, the key to unlocking the Shadow King's true name." Max nodded fervently as he closed the book, anticipation filling his voice. "If we find the Heartstone, we can shatter the hold the Shadow King has on this realm," he exclaimed urgently. Ethan's intuition buzzed with excitement and urgency. He could feel that they were close to uncovering the truth and taking another step towards rescuing Lily's sister. With newfound resolve burning within them, the fearless trio packed up their belongings and prepared themselves for the next leg of their perilous journey, a journey that would take them closer than ever to unveiling the Shadow King's true identity and reclaiming what was rightfully theirs. The fearless trio stood in the chamber, their hearts pounding with anticipation. They knew that the key to weakening the Shadow King lay within his true name, and they were determined to uncover it. Lily took a deep breath, her green eyes shining with determination as she turned to Max and Ethan. "We need to think strategically," she said, her voice steady. "We can't let the Shadow King distract us or manipulate our emotions." Max nodded in agreement, his analytical mind already at work. "We must approach this methodically," he added, his voice filled with focus. "We've gathered information about the Shadow King's origins and weaknesses. Now we need to piece them together to find his true name." Ethan's keen intuition guided his thoughts as he contemplated their next move. "We've encountered symbols and artifacts throughout our journey," he mused aloud, his voice thoughtful. "Perhaps they hold the key to unlocking the Shadow King's true name." With a sense of purpose, The trio began scouring the chamber for any clues that might lead them closer to their goal. They inspected the walls adorned with ancient symbols, searching for patterns and hidden meanings. Lily's eyes lit up as she spotted a series of carvings on the chamber floor. She knelt down, tracing her fingers along the intricate etchings. "These symbols seem familiar," she exclaimed excitedly, her voice tinged with curiosity. "I've seen them before in the cryptic notes we found earlier." Max joined Lily on the floor, his glasses glinting with excitement as he examined the symbols closely. "You're right," he confirmed, his voice filled with enthusiasm. "These symbols are part of an ancient language, potentially the key to unlocking the Shadow King's true name." Ethan's intuition tingled as he observed their discovery. "These symbols hold power," he stated firmly, his voice resonating with certainty. "If we can decipher their meaning, we may unlock the secrets that will weaken the Shadow King further." Together, they set about deciphering the symbols, piecing together fragments of knowledge they had acquired throughout their journey. Hours turned into minutes as they delved deeper into the intricacies of the ancient language. Lily's eyes widened as she made a breakthrough, connecting certain symbols to legends she had come across during their travels. "I think I've discovered something," she exclaimed eagerly, her voice ringing out through the chamber. Max leaned in closer, his analytical mind absorbing every detail of Lily's discovery. "Go on," he urged, his voice filled with anticipation. Lily pointed to a particular symbol combination etched onto one of the walls. "According to this legend I read," she began, her voice filled with excitement, "these symbols represent shadow, vanquish, and light." Ethan's intuition flared with recognition as he connected the dots. "If we combine these symbols correctly," he interjected eagerly, his voice energized, "they may reveal the Shadow King's true name, a name that holds power against him." With renewed determination, they worked together to arrange the symbols in different sequences, drawing upon their knowledge and instincts. Each attempt brought them closer to unraveling the Shadow King's true name. Finally, after many attempts and revisions, a spark of realization ignited within Max's mind. He looked up at his friends with wide eyes and said, "I think I've found it, the true name of the Shadow King." Lily and Ethan leaned in closer, their anticipation palpable as Max revealed what he had discovered. His voice trembled with excitement as he spoke aloud the combination of symbols that formed the Shadow King's true name. As the last syllable escaped Max's lips, a silence fell over the chamber. A subtle shift in energy seemed to ripple through the air, signifying that something significant had occurred. Suddenly, a chilling wind swept through the chamber, extinguishing all light sources except for a flickering candle at its center. Shadows danced across the walls as a figure materialized from within them, the form of the Shadow King himself. He regarded the fearless trio with cold fury in his eyes, his voice laced with menace. "You have discovered my true name," he snarled darkly. "But it is not enough to defeat me." Lily locked eyes with the Shadow King, determination burning brightly within her gaze. "We know your true name now," she declared defiantly, her voice filled with unwavering resolve. "And we will use it to bring an end to your reign of darkness." Max stepped forward bravely, his face resolute as he stared down the Shadow King. "Your time is running out," he stated firmly but calmly, his voice carrying strength and conviction. "We hold the power to banish you from this realm." Ethan's presence exuded calmness and certainty as he stood beside Lily and Max. He projected an aura of tranquility amidst the tension, letting it wash over them like a shield against the Shadow King's malevolence. "Your hold on this world is weakening," he said quietly but firmly, his voice tinged with authority. The Shadow King seethed with rage, but could not deny that the fearless trio now possessed knowledge that threatened to unravel him entirely. With their newfound understanding of the Shadow King's true name and their unwavering determination, Lily, Max, and Ethan knew that they were one step closer to freeing Lily's sister and restoring harmony to the realm.